QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? What's popping? 122 people watching, man. I appreciate y'all. Man, what an incredible practice. I gotta set the stage. I gotta set the stage because it's quite honestly, and I've been going to training camp for a long time. Since 2011, around give or take a couple years. I ain't missed one since then. But I gotta be honest with you, that is the most people I've ever seen packed into the Wofford College practice fields. Boy, there was a lot of people out there. You could hardly find somewhere to sit. The walking paths were crazy. The people walking real tight in front of you. It was just so many people. The lines were way back to Gibbs Stadium to get in. It was so crazy out there. I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna take anything to get autographed. I left like right after practice was done. Y'all know me. I typically go and try to get the autographs. I said I'm not doing that today. Left all my stuff. It was so many people out there. So many people. And you know how the Carolinas are. There's a lot of fans from everywhere. And so we got a lot of people from New York that are here. Matter of fact, I got a neighbor that's 2 doors down. That's a New Yorker. I don't know if he's a Jets fan or not, but there's a lot of people, a lot of transplants here, and it shows. There was a lot of Jets fans. They were not overwhelming. Like they didn't come in and swarm. To me, it was probably about 70-30, maybe 60-40 Panthers to Jets fans. But there were some Jets fans out there. They were representing. I did hear a Jets, Jets one time and one time only. So I respect them from not coming up in our stadium and trying to get obnoxious because they were cool. No problems with the Jets and their fans. They were welcome to Carolinas and they did a good job. They showed up. So shout out to them, man. But it was a lot of people. Shout out to my man Jork. I don't know if J Rock. I don't know how to say it. J Rock. What, bro? Tell me how to pronounce your name. I'm terrible with pronouncing some of y'all names. But J Rock says, bro, I've been in here, going here for 8 years. I never seen so many effing people in my life. And I'm with you, bro. It was so many people out there today, man. Shout out to Carry-On Choi, sub and like. Side note, that Camp Confidential was absolute fire. I only saw a little bit of it. I didn't see our appearance in there either, man. Shout out, they recorded some stuff with us, but didn't quite make it. And I didn't see all the way through it, but it's all good. Shout out to the Camp Confidential and the folks that do the recording and all that good stuff. Let's see. Let's get to some of these. Hit the subscribe button. We are 50 people away from 21,000. So please, if you're a Jets fan, the Jets fan, shout out to the Jets. We cool with y'all except for the highway robbery that y'all pulled on us with the Sam Darnold trade. But outside of that, I'm gonna let bygones be bygones, and y'all cool with us. I have no problem with the Jets. Sub up. If you're new, you just found us, hit that subscribe button. Trying to get 21,000 subscribers. All right. But yeah, man, a lot of people. It was a lot of effing people in Wofford College Stadium. It was basically standing room only. Basically standing. If you ever been to Wofford, even the side was stacked. Like even the side, the walkway on the side of the field, that was stacked. The whole hill packed, all the way down to the daggone autograph zone, packed. Everything packed. Everything, bro. Everything. Okay. So with that said, man, let's go ahead and get at some of these. I was trying to, burn some time and let the people get in here. So we letting the people get in. 237 people watching, man. I appreciate every one of y'all. Hit that like button and get us up to 200 something likes. Let's make that happen. All right. So let's go ahead and get into some observations that I noticed from training camp practice and joint practice with the Jets. Now, the first thing, it's very interesting to set the stage. What I like to do when these joint practices occur, I like to see how the Jets or how the opposite team runs their practice. I know kind of in the minutia here, but that's just me. That's just how I operate. I like to see what the Jets do differently from the Panthers. First thing off the bat, I noticed the Jets, they did not stretch first. They did their walkthroughs first, and then they stretched. The Panthers stretched first, then did the walkthroughs. I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know the rationale behind why either one is better, or I don't know. But it was interesting to see that. Okay. Let me get this super chat real quick. Shout out to my man Chris Mack. Chris Mack says, I appreciate what you and Dave do out there for us Panthers fans. How was Bryce? I'll get to that in just a second. I will get to that in just a second. Just a second. Hold that thought, but I appreciate that super chat. All right. But yeah, the Jets did not stretch first. They went to walkthroughs first. Then they stretched. Okay. Now, a couple things to note. Marquise Haynes out. He did not practice. Frankie Louvu has a vet day. Had a little tweaked a little something. Not serious. They're trying to let him get healthy. So Frankie Louvu was out. Marquise Haynes was out as well. On the Jets side, Sauce Gardner was out as well, and Carl Lawson. Both of those gentlemen were out. So anything you see defensively, I would say kind of take with a little bit grain of salt. Although their defense is still good, they were missing some gentlemen, and especially with Sauce. We did not get to see. I know that was one of the things we had mentioned yesterday was, I want to see how our receivers pair up and match up against Sauce Gardner. We did not see that today because he did not practice. So he did not practice today. Okay. Real quick, A-Cash says, how did the Jets defensive line do versus our offensive line? I will get to that in just a second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. I will get to it in just a second. Just a second. Okay. I'm trying to slow walk through this so everybody can get a chance to get in here. But yeah, so I'm trying to set the stage. Who was out, who was in? No Frankie Louvu. No Laviska Shenault either for the Panthers. Laviska Shenault also did not practice. So we didn't get to see our secret weapon in action. And no Frankie Louvu and no Marquise Haynes. We did see Justin Houston. I don't know, because the way the practices was held, the defense, our defense versus Aaron Rodgers and them was on the opposite side of the field. Or they were on the far field, so we didn't get to see them. We did get to see Bryce Young versus their defense up close and personal. So that's what I have a lot to report on. I didn't really get a chance to see what was going on with our defense. Now, I do know that J.C. Horn did come up with an interception. He picked off Zach Wilson in 7-on-7s. Bro, you got to be pretty bad to be throwing interceptions in 7-on-7s. There's no pressure. Typically, that's not happening. You don't throw interceptions in 7-on-7s because you just dump it off or you just throw the football away. Even Bryce Young, when Bryce Young was taking snaps in 7-on-7, if he didn't have anybody open, he threw the football away. You gotta suck pretty bad if you're throwing interceptions in 7-on-7. So my man Zach Wilson, not too nice. Not too nice there. J.C. Horn with a nice interception. I didn't see how the play set up, so I don't know what happened. I couldn't see it from there. But, it is what it is there. I will say this. A couple of guys that had great days. Jonathan Mingo had a fantastic day. Jonathan Mingo was on one. Bryce Young and him connected a couple of times. One deep interior connection. It was a deep route coming over the middle, and Bryce Young put it on a rope. And I think that highlight is floating around on Twitter. But really good play from Jonathan Mingo. And I tell you what, listen, you hear all of the buzz about no wide receiver ones. We don't have one. Between Chark, Thielen, Marshall, Mingo, everybody got love today. Everybody got love today. I would say most of the bulk of the love went to Mingo today. He was getting a lot of catches. I would say Terrace Marshall had a bit of a quiet day. He had one nice play where he got the football, he caught the football and kind of trucked through two oncoming defenders. Really physical. TMJ with the ball in his hands after the catch is pretty dangerous. He showed that today. Really physical. Let me get to this super chat real quick. Amari West says, been a CJ guy since the draft process. For me, it was him or DB if Okudah was gone. So with that being said, I'm going to ride with you until the caboose falls off. I want to punch my ticket live in front of Panther Nation. Shout out to Amari West joining the CJ train. Okay, I don't have much CJ. I'm not going to get on the CJ conversation too much today because there's a lot of other stuff to talk about. But I do want to welcome you to the CJ train, sir, and I appreciate that super chat. Your ticket is now punched. So shout out to you for jumping on the CJ hype train. We're rolling. It's a few of us on it. We're kind of light. But I don't have much to report from CJ Henderson in regards to CJ Henderson news today. Didn't really see that side of the football because I was so focused on the offense. So, But shout out to Amari West for jumping on the CJ hype train. Shout out to my man Uncle Quan, man. I saw Uncle Quan out there. I saw his shorts, uh, his YouTube shorts. Pause, not his shorts. Y'all know what I meant. Super pause on that. But back, Ray Charles is the conductor. But y'all funny. All right, so real quick, where was I? Bryce, let's talk about Bryce Young. Bryce Young. I was talking about the receivers a little bit. Bryce Young looked good today. He had one series which included that deep middle pass to Jonathan Mingo where he was on one. Okay, he was slinging the football. He had time. Offensive line did him some favors. The run game was working. I would say for the most part, the offensive line struggled a little bit against the Jets' physicality. I got to be honest with you. Bryce did have one interception. Whether it's debatable whether the football, whether it was a drop pass or Chark, had it and then let the cornerback essentially take it from him, it's debatable. I think my man Ian Monty from the Foreman Rush posted the video on his Twitter. I'm not gonna post it because listen, I don't want Panthers coming after me. They watch my channel, so I don't want to post. But I'm a shout out to Aaron Duncan from Unnecessary Bluntness, and I'm a shout out Monty Fetty from the Four-Man Rush. Those guys have all the videos. I have a couple of videos. If you want it, well, no, I don't. Scratch that. I don't have any video. I don't have any videos. But if you in the Discord, if you know, shout out to the Discord folk. But I don't have any videos. But check the Discord. But anyway, yeah, Hurst was great out there. And listen, Dave had a bet. I snitched on myself. I dry snitched on myself, man. My bad. That's just funny. My bad. Yo, y'all funny, man. I dry snitched on myself a little bit. But anyway, yo, my bad. My bad, dog. All right, so my bad. All right, man. Here we go. So we talked about last night. The over-under was how many fights were there going to be? How many fights were there going to be? And I counted 6 skirmishes. 6 skirmishes today. Okay. There were a little bit, it got chippy today. And I got to be honest with you. The Jets came out with some intensity. They were a little bit juiced up. Okay. They were ready to take flight on us. You could tell they were jumping around hype. We was chilling. We was like, all right, just another practice. We was kind of, we was checking ourselves with we wasn't overly hyped. The Jets came in juiced up. And when the first 11 on 11s occurred, bro, the skirmishes got busy. And it started off with Jermaine Johnson, from the Jets. We ran a run play, and Hurst is doing his run block thing, and Jermaine Johnson takes it to another level. Like he gets chippy with Jermaine. They got to be separated. Okay. Next play, Hayden Hurst turns up on Jermaine Johnson. Okay, he straight up thrashed Jermaine Johnson. He ended that little matchup. Then Hayden Hurst gets pulled out. He had to sit a couple of plays. But Hayden Hurst, bro, he didn't take that lightly. He talked about it in his press conference a little bit. He said, hey, man, I got to protect the name on the back of the jersey. You're not going to disrespect me. They came out really physical, bro. They came out physical, and we had to match that intensity. We weren't ready for that. I'm going to be honest with you. The way I think they came out a little bit more juiced up, and we weren't prepared for that off the rip. Now, as the practice went on, you could see us going back and forth. I counted another one. Adam Thielen got into it. Then so one of the dudes from the Jets put Stephon Sullivan on his ass. Laid Stephon Sullivan out. Stephon Sullivan didn't take too kind to it. Got up, reacted, retaliated. It was ugly out there. It was ugly. A lot of skirmishes out there, bro. So yeah. Oh man. Okay. All right. So here we go. Somebody says, hello, Panthers fans. I'm not here to diss you or be rude. I'm just here to let you know the Saints are winning the division because they have my quarterback over there, DC4. Okay, yeah, I shouldn't have put that up on the screen. But yeah, if DC4 is your guy, man, it is what it is. I can't really help you with that if you rocking with DC4 like that. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. If you firmly, you can believe that if you want to. But I I listen. Here's my overall thought. And shout out to the defense because they did have a 2-minute drill at the end. Okay, this is where we got to see the defense. 2-minute drill at the end. Our defense stopped Aaron Rodgers. They go 3-and-out. And for their second team reps with Zach Wilson, Kamu Grugier Hill ends their drive with the interception. And I said this. I said this on Twitter. Kamu Grugier Hill, fam, he's the camp MVP. This man has had interceptions. 4 interceptions throughout training camp. He is undoubtedly, with 1 day left in camp. 1 day left in camp. Grugier Hill is the camp MVP. He's training camp MVP, bro. And listen, we got to put some respect on his name. The man came from Philadelphia. He has a ring, bro. He knows what he's doing. I know he's a rotational guy, but bro, he was out there starting because Frankie Louvu was out. And he shows up. He's done nothing but show up. Nothing but show up. Play after play. Practice after practice. Kamu Grugier Hill. Put some respect on his name, bro. He's training camp MVP. Period. Nice in coverage. Like my man Alex says, he's like that. He's like that, bro. Earned his spot. And I don't know if he was on the roster bubble, but he's firmly cemented in a roster spot. I don't know how you make it shake, but he's definitely getting it. Yeah, Louvu was dinged up. Louvu is he's got a little tweaked a little something. They don't, they want to keep him ready to go, so they didn't play him today. Sat out practice. No, he's not going to start over Louvu. I'm not saying that, but he definitely earned his roster spot. If Louvu or somebody were to go down, I'm comfortable with Grugier Hill playing in that spot. So yeah, man, he's a problem. And then shout out to our offense because our offense they did end up getting at least 3 on the 2-minute drill. So man, shout out to our offense because listen, here's the overarching point of today, and I want to get this point across. This is what the overarching point of the practice, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of plays, people recording, trying to watch and comment, and there's a lot. You want to go to people's Twitter, follow everybody I told you to follow on Twitter. My man, like I said, my man Dunk does a great job. Monty Fetty do a great job. Jared, all those guys were out there. They were sitting a couple feet in front of me. They do a great job. Those guys, everybody's documenting. Everybody has their own viewpoint. Everybody has their own opinion. So you don't want to listen to one individual, man. Take notes from everybody, and then you're able to formulate your opinion. You don't have to listen to one individual. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to listen to just Dunk. You don't have to listen to just Monty Fetty. You don't have to listen to all those. Take everybody's opinion, and then you can kind of get an idea of what the Panthers are doing and how they look. Okay, but the overarching point, and I'm gonna go back to some of these super chats in a second because I missed a couple. The overarching point I want y'all to understand is that we look like we belong. We weren't overmatched. We were not overmatched. Offensively, defensively, we were not overmatched. I do think that Aaron Rodgers is great. Aaron Rodgers he's a Hall of Famer, great, all-time great. Aaron Rodgers is gonna get his. So I heard the word on the street is that he was picking apart our defense. And I wasn't watching. I'm gonna be honest, I was not watching the defense. I was watching the offense. I was watching our offense go to work, not our defense. Okay. So the truth of the matter is, and the overarching point is that we belong, bro. We belong, man. Like we can match up with any team out here, bro. We're coming along. We're on track. Our defense is going to be really good. They got some bumps, and today was a good litmus test. Offensively, we got some bumps in the road too. It wasn't perfect. It was not perfect. There was one drive. It was ugly. I think the fifth drive, we had 6 total drives, 11 on 11. The 5th one was not pretty. We gave up a sack. Well, they didn't hit him, but it would have been a hypothetical sack. Bryce had to scramble. He had to do a lot of throws on the run. But the overarching point is that we belong, bro. We can play with the Jets, and the Jets have a really good defense. Again, grain of salt, no Sauce Gardner, no Carl Lawson. I always want to give you the context. When I go on a limb and say stuff, I want to give you the context, right? There is some context to that. Sauce didn't strap anybody; he was not playing, and Carl Lawson was not out there. So they had 2 starters down. Essentially, we had 1 starter down on on defense, and we also didn't have Laviska Shenault, who was a weapon. So neither one of us is at 100%, and you're never gonna be at 100% during the season. So all that all that said, with what we put out there on the field, we belong, bro. We belong. We belong out there, and we did a good job today against the Jets. Tomorrow is going to be a lighter day. Frank Reich came out and said that they will not be in pads tomorrow. Right? They won't be in pads. It's going to be a lighter practice. This was the more intense practice, so we're not going to be able to see a lot of things that we saw today. The trenches, like the physicality. And I give all the credit in the world to the Jets. They were physical. They brought it to us, bro. We weren't quite ready initially. We had to get comfortable. We had to match that energy. We did. We matched it. Bryce got comfortable. Bryce looks good. Bryce is throwing with great anticipation. He can throw over. He's throwing over the middle. I remember when they say, "Oh, he's too small to see over the middle." He can't see, bro. He's throwing 20-yard strikes down the middle of the field, bro. Stop it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of people coming here talking like just with their stupid little talking points, bro. Watch him play, bro. Watch the kid play, man. Bryce is gonna be just fine. And listen, this is right, bro. This is right. Mingo got the battery boost when he was staying wide receiver 3. Listen, it's all about opportunity. And today was Mingo's day. It seems like everybody has had their day, right? T. Marsh was yesterday. Terrace Marshall. When I mean T. Marsh, that's who I'm talking about. And then, Mingo had his day today. Laviska's had his day earlier. So everybody's getting their opportunity, bro. Everybody's getting their opportunity. And Mingo was a problem today. He was a problem today. He was a problem today. But listen, Bryce, I'm telling y'all, man, Bryce is that he's gonna be just fine. I'm a little concerned about the protection, right? When Corbett gets back, I'll feel much better about it. K Mays struggling a little bit, but going up against Quinnen and them dude, that they got a good defensive front. And what's interesting is that the Jets do play a different look. They play a different look up front. So this is the first time our offensive line as a unit has seen that with K Mays at the helm. With K Mays replacing Corbett, that's the first time they've seen that. So they had to adjust. They had to adjust. And it wasn't perfect. Offensive line has to get better. They're going to have to get better. They're going to have to get better. Yes, I did see Deontay Brown. In his reps. I caught one rep with my own 2 eyes where he stonewalled a cat. And it was dope. And I'm seeing reports from other folks saying that he did a great job there. Okay. So yeah, shout out to Deontay Brown, who was in our second team offensive line, did a great job. We've been waiting on him for a while. He's a former offensive lineman from Alabama. We've been waiting on him for a minute. He did a great job there. We got 500 people in the building, and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're 50 people away from 21,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button. All right. All right. So any questions? The chat is moving fast, so my apologies. The chat is moving fast, so if I miss your question, y'all got any questions? Shout out to Blastoise, man. Yeah, Deontay Brown is Blastoise. Any questions that y'all want me to? How did CJ look? I didn't get a good look at the defense. I'm gonna be honest. I was focused on the offense. So if you're talking about CJ Henderson, I can't attest to that because I didn't watch it. I know JC Horn got a pick, and that's about all. I do know that Brian Burns was getting some pressure. DB. I'm not concerned about the defense. I'm not concerned about the defense one bit. I saw this, bro. This is so frustrating, bro. This is so frustrating. I heard that the Jets YouTube channel streamed some of the practice. I heard about that, which is so frustrating because we had the same capability, right? It's frustrating, bro. And as somebody that goes there, I can only imagine how frustrated out of town fans are. I can only imagine, bro. I can only imagine. But maybe there's some kind of rules against it. How was the run game? A couple of times we got stuffed, but also we found some lanes too. We found some lanes a couple of times. It did get stuffed. I would say it's about 50-50 as far as success from the run game. About 50-50. Tight ends are fine. Stephon Sullivan from the tight end group had the best day. He had the best day. Stephon Sullivan had himself a day today. He did. JC and Garrett Wilson, I did not see that, bro. I can't honestly, I can't attest to it. I did not. I don't want to lie to y'all and give y'all some sort of false impression. I did not look at it. I didn't want to lie to you. Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, he looked fine out there today. He looked fine. Yep. Yeah, I think the tight ends are definitely going to do a great job. Was Sanders limited? I don't know if he was limited, but that's the typical rotation. Chuba gets a lot of looks. He just does. That's what it is. He gets a lot of looks. Yeah, Matt Corral did get some reps. Not anything worth talking about. He got a lot of reps yesterday. But not many today. Not that many. Is Bird is hurt, so he's out. Kick returns going to Raheem Blackshear and supposed to be Chenault too. Chenault's supposed to be back there, but he's also injured. They didn't do they did do some kick return, punt return stuff, but that was on a far field. Didn't really get good looks at it, to be honest with you. Do I think they will bringing the power back? No, I don't. I think they're fine the way it is. I think they'll use Chenault in some of those instances where a quote unquote power back is needed. I don't see them bringing another running back. Are we concerned about our cornerbacks? A lot of reports that Rodgers carved them up and even picked on Horn at times. No, I did hear that the Aaron Rodgers had some success, and I'm not concerned about it. It's Aaron Rodgers, bro. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's the first practice. My guess, and this is just like a pure guess, is that tomorrow we're going to see some one-on-ones, and that's where you're going to see. And again, one-on-ones aren't really designed for cornerbacks to be successful, but I think you'll get a better look at how they fare tomorrow when they do one-on-ones. I'm not looking too deep into it. I'm not concerned about the cornerbacks. I'm not concerned at all. Horn, because at the same time, I could say Horn got a pick today in 7-on-7s. So it is what it is. It is what it is. No TD drives, unless you're talking about the 7-on-7s where I think Stephon Sullivan had 2 touchdown catches and they were back to back too. So Stephon had himself a day. But yeah, no touchdown drives. It was really not a real scrimmage. They did some situational stuff, but no real scrimmages. A lot of flags too on both sides. A lot of flags. A lot of false start penalties that were called, and it was equal on both sides. A lot of flags. He said, "Y'all lucky Garrett and Sauce weren't there, man. You listen, Sauce wasn't there, and maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe it would have been different with Sauce. I don't know. I'm not in the huddle, so I can't tell you who's been calling the plays. I can't tell you that. I don't know the answer to that. Did I see the one-on-one pass rush reps? No, I did not because I was looking at 7-on-7s. I saw them. I saw one rep against, and it was Jets defensive line versus our offensive line. That's what I was looking at because that was on the near field. I didn't see our defensive guys going against their offensive line. That was on the far field. So you got to kind of pick your. It's a lot to look at. A lot to look at. So it's really tough. Hey, SC Best says I beat all the Beehive traffic up here. Yeah, man. Shout out to Beyonce coming to Charlotte tomorrow. Matter of fact, my wife is going, so I will be seeing some of that traffic. I got to drop her off. So shout out to the Beehive, man. Beyonce. I guess I'm pseudo hive. I got one foot in the hive, man. I'm like you know what I mean? I'm in the hive a little bit. My wife loves Beyonce, so yeah. Thielen did a good job and almost got into a fight. Well, he did get into a little skirmish, but Thielen's been looking good, man. My bad. I just saw something on Twitter, man. It's funny. All right, but yeah, man. But yeah, again, nothing to be concerned about. I think it was a great practice. Again, like I said, I think it just shows that we belong. You know what I mean? We belong out there. We can compete with the Jets. They're a good team. They're going to be a good team. They're going to be successful. And I feel like we fit. We hung in there with them, and that's all I wanted to see. That's really what I wanted to see. Will the let me see. Snoopy says, "I wish y'all the best. I always love y'all organization as a Jets fan." Okay, just talking a little mess. Yeah, man. Shout out to the Jets. Even though y'all owe us some collateral from the Darnold trade, man. Y'all owe us from that because bro, y'all kind of robbed us on that joint. Will the preseason be on TV? If you're local, you'll probably get it if you're local. I can't tell you if it's gonna be on TV. It just depends on where you live. But if you're local, you'll definitely get it. Hey, listen, Dalton has been looking good. Dalton is the only quarterback really pushing the football deep consistently like that. And I meant to say this yesterday, bro. If and it's supposed to be like that's because Dalton is a veteran, right? But yesterday when I was at practice, he was the best quarterback out there. He was better than Bryce. He's better than Corral. I'm talking about yesterday. Dalton looked really good yesterday. You could tell he's confident, gained some confidence in the system. When he throws the football, he's very confident where he's going with the football. He looked really good yesterday, and he continues to look good. Dalton is looking good. I feel confident that if something, knock on wood, were to happen to Bryce, I think we'd be in good hands with Andy Dalton. To be honest with you, much better than last year's situation. Is a preseason game worth a ticket? I don't know. Or is the preseason worth a ticket purchase? I butchered that. My bad. Again, I have a little bit of dyslexia, so my apologies when I read these. I don't know if you want to see Bryce. If you want to see his first snap ever in Bank of America Stadium, you want to. I doubt you'll see Rodgers like that. But if you want to see his first ever snap, then I will go. I think he's going to play. And so yeah, I mean, I can't see him playing that long. Maybe one or two snaps, or one or two drives. Excuse me. So I mean, it's up to you, bro. I'm not going to the preseason game. I'm gonna live stream it from the house. I'm not going, but it's up to you, man. It's up to you. I can't check your pockets. If you got it, go. If you don't, I wouldn't waste money if you don't got it like that. All right. So Black Ball Experience, he says, I just want to know how our defense reacted to that offense, bro. I really didn't. I wasn't watching the offense like that. I didn't. I was. Excuse me. I wasn't watching the defense like that. I was watching the offense. So I don't know. It was happening on the far field, and I couldn't see what was going on like that. It was a lot happening. If you were like, I had like sensory overload. There was so much happening. It's really hard to watch everything. So I did not watch the defense like that. So my apologies. Maybe maybe tomorrow I'll watch the defense. Do I think Corral will get cut? No. How are you streaming? I'm local. I'm local, bro. So I will watch it. I'm pretty sure it'll be on over the air antenna here. I'm quite sure it will be on a local channel. I'm not sure how anyone else outside of the viewing area will watch it. I don't know. I can't answer that question. Yeah, so here's a respected opinion right here. Uncle Quan, he says Rodgers was low-key carving our defense up. Yeah, that's what I heard too. But it's Aaron Rodgers, man. Like I bend but don't break. He's gonna get his. Just don't let him. This is what Frank Reich said. Frank Reich said, listen, he's gonna get his. You just can't let him get seven. And limit the big plays. So Rodgers is a goat, bro. He's one of the goats. It is what it is. I did not see. I didn't watch the defense. I saw Justin Houston out there, and I watched him stretch. But again, I did not see. Y'all asking me a lot of questions about the defense. I did not watch the defense. I watched the offense. So if you got any questions about the offense, I can answer them with a little bit more certainty. I did not watch the defense like that. Looked like a great turnout today. Rodgers related or new era? No, I think it was a combination of the following things. I think it's definitely a new era. A lot of people want to see Bryce, right? At the Jets coming into town, there's a lot of Jets fans out there. Hard Knocks, like right, the whole HBO and them being out there, the whole filming crew. It was a lot of people, and again, that was the most people I ever seen at Wofford. The most people I've ever seen. Tackles did good. The good thing about Bryce too, the one of the positive things about Bryce Young is his ability, his recognition. Right, he has really good pocket presence. He's able to maneuver, run around, and not get hit. I think that's what we saw it in Alabama. Like that was one of the positives. But before we even drafted Bryce Young, I told you that's why I felt comfortable with having Bryce Young. But his pocket presence, his ability to manipulate the pocket and move around is great. So that's going to help him out a lot. He had to use that today a couple of times. So the offensive line a little shaky. Icky has been doing this thing. Moten, the couple of times I've seen Moten, he's been getting a beat a couple of times, but I think overall, I think he's gonna be okay. Offensive line is gonna be just fine. Offensive line is gonna be just fine. My man player from the Himalaya says we got 500 watching. Let's get them likes up. Let's get the likes up. Yeah, man, run the likes up, man. I don't know how many likes we got, but we need at least 350, and we got to get to 21,000 subs. Let's make that happen. 21K. I'm not sure how far we're away right now, but let's run that up. TMJ had a decent day. I wouldn't call it a great. He had a better day yesterday than he did today. Mingo had the day today. Mingo and Stephon Sullivan were the guys that had days. Christensen was just fine. Okay, this is a great question. Were there any noticeable drops, overthrows, and or bad timings, passes in the pass game? I wouldn't say noticeable drops. There wasn't any like egregious ones. I will say there was one pass to Terrace Marshall from Bryce Young. It was a very similar throw to what Mingo got, kind of over the middle of the field, kind of a strike, right? But I would say this time for Terrace Marshall, it was a little high, a little high. I felt like, and I got to go back and watch, but I felt like TMJ got his hands on it. I feel like if he was elite, an elite receiver would have came down with that. It was a little high. It was a little high, bro. But I feel like an elite guy would have caught that joint. Just my personal opinion. But it looked like he got his hands on it. Maybe I got to go back and watch the film. Again, I'm live reacting. I'm not going back to watch anything right now. If I may have to come back and clean that up, but I do feel like he could have caught that one. But there were no noticeable drops. No, not anything like, oh man, you should have brought that in, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. And I wouldn't say there's any bad timing. I would say that there were a couple of dump offs to the running backs that were a little inaccurate because of pressure. But outside of that, I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say anything was too crazy. This is also a great question. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Shoot. Man, where'd that question go? Dang it. This is funny. Not this one, but this is funny. I know you didn't see the defense, but how the defense do. I said it 1,000 times. People keep asking me, bro. I appreciate your sense of humor, bro. That's funny. Dang it, I missed that. Oh, here it is. Bryce connecting with anyone in particular today. It was Mingo. It was Mingo. The Bryce to Mingo connection was it. That's what was the connection of the day. Yesterday, it was TMJ. Today, it was Mingo. Mingo had himself a day today. Catch of the day. Catch of the day. There wasn't a catch of the day like there was yesterday. Tommy Tremble had the catch of the day yesterday, where he kind of laid up and went up and got that football. There was none of that today. I would say there was a really good couple of catches by Stephon Sullivan. One was it was a better throw than it was a catch, kind of over the shoulder in the corner, back shoulder throw in the end zone, and it was a nice little catch by Stephon Sullivan. I don't think there was anything crazy like, oh man, that was a hell of a catch. There would have been one if TMJ would have came down with that high pass. That would have been the catch of the day. But he I don't know if he got his fingertips on it, but it was a beautiful throw by Bryce, and it was a little high, but I don't know. How many picks did Bryce have? Bryce had one pick today, And I don't know that it was completely his fault. It was a great play by the cornerback. Quarterback kind of jumped the route a little bit. I think the pass was to Chark. Chark kind of bobbled it, and he didn't have strong hands, and so the cornerback was able to jump on the route like and lodge the ball out, and then he did like a tip drill and caught it. So it was dope. It was a really good play by the cornerback. I'm not gonna say it was a terrible throw by Bryce. It was just the cornerback made a hell of a play. Hell of a play. And I believe this too. And I said somebody asked me this today. How many people were at practice? And they said, "Oh, you think it's gonna be like 2,000?" I said, "Bro, there's no way. It's way more than 2,000 people out here. 10,217 tickets distributed. I believe it. I believe every one of those people were there today too. It was a lot of people out there today. There's a lot of people out today. Yes, this was a great this is the play I was talking about with TMJ's physicality. He says the highlight where TMJ had to catch, and then he turned and then ran through like two defenders. It was a hell of a run after catch by TMJ. That was a great play by TMJ. So who won the day? I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by who won the day? I don't know what you mean. How was Bryce seeing the field? I think he does a great job going through his progressions. Does a great job. Did he make some passes through the middle? Yes, he had a couple of really good passes over the middle. No concerns about him going over the middle. Let the Jets O line tell it the Panthers won today. That's funny. How many fights? There were 6 fights that I counted. 6 fights that I skirmishes. I call them. I wouldn't say fights. The most physical one came between Hayden Hurst and Jermaine Johnson. That's the most physical one. Every other one was push you, I push you back. Hayden Hurst drove Jermaine Johnson through the ground on the second play. It's kind of crazy. I did hear a couple of comments, or I read the tweets about Rogers' comments on Bryce. And yeah, Rogers basically said, "Hey man, y'all got a good one. Carolina's in good hands with Bryce Young." And there seems to be a mutual respect. I know that Bryce Young looks up to Aaron Rodgers. That's one of his guys. So I know that was a dope moment between those two today. I love to see it. I love to see it. Yeah, Jet Center said they weren't prepared for that defensive line, bro. There ain't no. We talked about Arby's the meats last night. We talked about them dudes last night, bro. The meats, bro. Arby's, they ready. That 970 pounds between Tuttle, McCall, and Derrick Brown. That's gonna give any offensive line problems. It's gonna be nasty, bro. That defensive line is gonna be nasty. The meats. True or false? Bryce Young will win Rookie of the Year. I believe that is true as long as he stays healthy. Yeah, he did. He pancaked him through the dirt. But the play before that, Jermaine Johnson was getting a little chippy with Hurst. So Hurst kind of gave him some payback and drove him through the dirt. What's good, Rashad? Just tapping in. How was camp? We going in the right direction? Yeah, I believe we're going in the right direction. We going in the right direction for sure. Who has the video of today's practice? I can tell you, Dunk right now from Unnecessary Bluntness is posting a lot of clips on Twitter. So if you at Dunk on Demand, if y'all want to follow him on Twitter, he's posting a lot of clips right now. Posting a lot of clips, and him and Monty Fetty for 4-Man Rush, they're posting a lot of clips. If I do that, I will probably be walked out of practice tomorrow if I post it. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Let me see. Let me any positional coaches stand out today? Nah, I know no coaches stood out. Peebles, nah, I didn't see Cam Peebles out there. You surprised that Mingo listed a wide receiver 3 currently on the depth chart? Also, do you think it will stay like that into week 1? No. Well, I was surprised honestly until today. Then I saw why, because Mingo had himself a day, bro. Mingo had himself a day today, bro. He did. He did. He had a day. He had a day. This is a great question. What position group are you most confident in right now? Uh, confident in right now. Excuse me. I would probably say, oh man, so it's gonna be the defensive line. So when I say defensive line, I'm talking about the front three in the 3-4. I'm most confident in that. And now I will add, I'm most confident in the front seven, the entire front seven with the addition of Justin Houston. I'm most confident in the entire. That is the most. Like you can't tell me anything bad about them. There's no gaps in that defensive line. I think Brian Burns said that today. He said, in fact, Brian Burns, and I could be, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. He said in his press conference today that there's no gaps in the defense. He feels like there's no holes in the defense. Period, front to back. But in that front seven, I absolutely believe that to be true. That front seven, McCall, uh, Tuttle, Brown, Burns, Louvu, Shaq, and Justin Houston, bro, you can't tell me shit. That's the most confident group I'm in right now, or the group I have the most confidence in right now. Bryce Young threw one interception. Miles looked fine. Miles is fine. He looked good. He got some burn today. And Deion Jones coming off the rotation. Absolutely. This is a good question. I haven't been really paying attention to the pass blocking for the running backs. This is something I need to pay attention to. This is a great question, actually. Really, really good question. Really good question. I have to pay attention to that a little bit more. I'm gonna be honest. I have not been paying attention. I got to go back and look at the film that the others posted, not the film that you know they stuff that they posted. Now, this is another great question. What position group are you most worried about? It's got to be offensive line because that directly affects how Bryce plays. I am most concerned about the offensive line right now. And you would think coming to the season, if Austin Corbett was 100%, I don't think I would feel that way. But right now, that's how I feel. Right now, that's how I feel, bro. That's how I feel. I didn't look at the defense today. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not look at the defense. I'm worried about the depth in the secondary. I agree. That's a valid concern. Valid concern. LaVisca was out. LaVisca did not practice today. I'm assuming you mean is Chuba the third down back. No, I would think I don't know who's going to be third down back. Miles can do both. I mean, Miles can. I haven't really seen Miles in the past game yet. They're not going to show us everything. I've seen him catch a couple of footballs over camp, but that a lot of the footballs out of the backfield have been going to Chuba and Chenault. Are we trading Matt Corral? I don't know. Okay, so talk about how different our scheme looks. I'm assuming you mean defensive scheme. Clarify that question, and I'll answer to you. I get an answer to you. Offense or defense? Okay, so offensive scheme. How different is it, bro? That's a great question. I would say there's going to, and I think it's going to look similar to what it looked like at the back end of the season last year when Wilkes took over. It's going to be a lot of running the football. A lot of people don't won't come to grasp of that, but I do think there's going to be a lot of reliance on the tight ends, right? If you look at Frank Reich's history, there's always been some good tight ends in his offenses. So Hayden Hurst, I think, is due for a good season. I do think that another good thing about this offense is that you're utilizing all of the weapons. I think, and then Frank Reich said this today in the presser, and he said it multiple times, is that he wants Bryce Young to be the Steph Curry, distribute to everybody, and that's where that lack of wide receiver one, and that's where that conversation has come from. Is that hey, uh, we don't need a wide receiver one because we're going to distribute the football. So, from a scheme perspective, I would say that there is going to be a little bit more propensity to push the football deep if it's there, right? Bryce, it does a great job of getting through his progressions. But last year and the year prior to that, we didn't throw the football deep at all. I think you're going to see some stress put on some safeties this year, especially with Chark. You're going to see that happen. They're going to kind of lull guys to sleep with the run game, and then all of a sudden, boom, Chark going to take the top off the defense. I think you're going to see some shots like that with Reich. I think Reich is going to be not afraid to pull the trigger. Should we be worried about the kicker situation? Nah, I think we'll be fine. Do you think our red zone efficiency will improve this season? Man, I certainly hope so. I don't know because I can't, I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched some practice in the red zone. It's cool. I ain't really seen it. I don't know. I don't have enough to walk away with that as of right now. I most certainly hope it does, but I can't definitively answer that question right now. To be honest with you, who would be the most impactful tight end in your opinion? Hurst, easily. Hurst is the combination tight end that they want. He can block and he can in third downs in a pinch. He's going to be that reliable wide receiver, or excuse me, reliable receiver that you need. So he's the combo guy. Stephon Sullivan, if he makes the squad, could surprise some people. I think he's that matchup guy that they talk about. But fam, I don't know, bro. I think it's going to be very interesting to watch the tight end position to see how they develop. Yeah, I think Derek Wright did have a nice play as I was getting ready to head out. He had a nice catch from Corral. I believe that was Corral who was the quarterback. So yeah, Derek Wright, I think man, he can impress. Shot Smith also had a solid day today too. Shot Smith had a solid day. Not as good as Mingo, but he had a solid day. All right. Let's see. Hurst definitely has that dog. I saw that today. He you're not gonna push Hurst around. Hurst is different, bro. He built different, bro. Hurst definitely has dog in him for sure. For sure. Yeah, man. No problem. No problem. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate it. Do you believe our offensive line will do okay? We have a top unit, but Austin Corbett is a huge asset. Yeah, Corbett, we need Corbett back, bro. I think you could definitely see a drop in play from the offensive line with K Mays in there. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. Yeah, his uncle definitely pulled up on the stream, bro. Shout out to Shot. And I think you meant Shot SHI, Shot Smith. Because we have a SHY, Shot Tuttle. Got to differentiate between the two. I didn't watch the defense today, but if you're talking overall, I think Kobe Jones looks good. Leota looks good, but those guys are in the back end of the rotation, so that's why we went out and signed Justin Houston. So I can't. I think your question was asked by our actions, and us going out and signing Justin Houston. Shai, based on what you've seen so far, do you think Mingo has a chance to climb to number two by opening week? No, no. And number two, I hate. This is why I don't like labeling guys because number two based on what? What do you mean by number two? Do you mean by receptions, by yards, or quote unquote number two, as in he's lining up outside, opposite of whoever the number one is? Like, what do you mean by that? I didn't watch the defense, so I don't know how Amari Barnes did. Shout out that cash though. Appreciate you. No, I don't think Bird's gonna make the wide receiver group because he's hurt. Yeah, man, shout out to Tom, man. I'm sure you probably subbed up back when we got Sam Darnold, man. I appreciate the Jets. I like the Jets, man. I like the Jets. I don't have a problem with the Jets or their fans. They're good people. And shout out to my man, Matt O'Leary. Matt O'Leary NY. I'm gonna be linking up. He's a He is a Jets YouTuber who I'll be linking up with probably on Friday. So expect a joint effort coming from us two as we kind of recap the practices. But yeah, man, good stuff. Good stuff. So shout out to the Jets. No problem with the Jets. We welcomed you into our welcomed you to the South. I'm gonna say, ooh, that's a tough one. Because I have him right at six. I think 600 is probably where he's gonna be. If he has over 600, that's a hell of a season for him. I'm gonna say under. I'll say like 580 something. I'll say like 580 something for Hurst. No, he won't be number two in targets or line. No, Cash. I don't believe that one bit. He won't be number two in targets. Thielen, Chart, TMJ, even Hurst may get. I think. Yeah, I don't see him getting more targets than those guys. Did Bryce play under center at all? Yes. Any word on Wright and Robinson performance during camp? I don't know. I didn't see them. Are you talking about overall or just camp? Overall, Robinson has done fine. He's running with the twos. Wright has been hurt. Like he's missed the majority of training camp, so it's tough. All right. Any final questions before I get up out of here, man? Did I see Zavala? I did. I wasn't. Offensive line is tough. I didn't see who was in there when with certain groups. I have to go back and check the film that other people posted. Oh man, I cracked myself up, bro. I got to go back and watch the film. Because I honestly don't know who lines up where in the offensive line groups. I'm not watching until I go back and watch the film. I need to see who's lining up where. Oh yeah, I need to go back and my bad. I got to get the super chats, man. I missed a bunch of super chats. Let me go back and get these. Thank you. So shout out to Will Robinson, man. PMP hydration bucks, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the hydration bucks, man. Mangum Code, my guy Preston. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for doing that, man. Thank you, man. And I gotta give you those Jets tickets too. But shout out to Preston who's getting my Jets tickets. He's going to watch the preseason game. So shout out to my guy. Just Zoe says thanks for battling the heat for us all camp. How did Icky and the offensive line look against the defense line? I think they struggled a little bit as a unit. It was a little bit of a struggle today, but it's kind of anticipated. But they'll get better. It wasn't a terrible performance, but it was pretty mid to say the least. I just want to know how our defense reacted to that offense. Yeah, I think I touched that one already. Pause. Um, and I check this one? Shot based on what you've seen so far, do you think Mingo has a chance to climb number two? Oh yeah, no, yeah, I already asked that. Who is better, Horn or Sauce? Bro, why you make me say this? But I'm rolling Sauce. Um, Tom says NY transplant to Swansboro. You guys are my second favorite team, and you stole. We did steal Luvu from you, and hey, listen, that's just a little get back from that Sam Donald BS that y'all did, because y'all got us on the Sam Donald crap. So man, that's just Luvu. I don't know how y'all let him go. Luvu is a monster. Luvu is a monster, bro. Shout out to Luvu. Um, is Bryce noticeably packing on the pounds that you noticed? Yeah, he's gotten bigger paws since his combine and pro days and all that. ICP, man, I appreciate you. Said just for being solid and consistently providing us fans with quality Panthers content. Man, I appreciate that, Icy. My guy, man, I appreciate that. Yeah, man, no problem. This is fun, man. I do it for the people. Oh, man, I got a bunch of flags. They were giving out flags and stuff at the at training camp today. I got like 5 or 6 of them I'm gonna give away. I'll do it. I'll do it in another stream. I'll probably do it next week. I got a bunch of, and I got a T-shirt, a training camp T-shirt I need to give away because it's extra large, and I can't wear a shirt that big. But yeah, man, anything for the people, man. That's why I do it because I know it's a lot of people out here that can't get access to the content. They want to know kind of a realist opinion because that's what I am. I'm a realist. That's why that asking me my opinion on who's better, Sauce or Horn, that hurts a little bit because I gotta say Sauce. Sauce is a baller, bro. I can't even. I love all homerisms aside, bro. Sauce is that dude. He said I don't want to match. Tanya, that is funny. I mean, not Tanya. But no, I appreciate this though, Tanya. I appreciate that. I didn't mean to click that one, but I really do appreciate that. I meant to click this one. Lone Space Jones says you don't want to match Dave because of the big shirt. Yeah, if I put on an extra large shirt, it won't be a dress. It'd be a skirt. But yeah, nah, I don't want to match Dave, man. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. But all right, man, I think I'm gonna get out of here. That was what my opinion on today's practice. I think it was a good physical practice. Like I said, the overarching point is that we belong. We felt like we belonged. They were not overwhelming against us. Yes, they were missing Sauce Gardner. Yes, they were missing Carl Lawson. But we were also missing folks. We're missing our starting offensive lineman. So we can play that game tit for tat. Well, what was out there? We belong, bro. We belong. We belong. We matched their intensity. They came out, punched us in the mouth real quick, real early. But for the most part, man, we belong. And it's a good. It's I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. All right. LL Cool OYD says Horn is better. Let him finish this complete season. Well, you can't be better if you can't complete a season, bro. It's just the facts, the cold hard truth. And I love JC. It's just the truth. This is true. On the way out, man, hit that subscribe button. Let me check, see how many subs I am away, man. I gotta be at 21K, bro. I gotta be at 21K right now. I gotta be at 21K. Let me see before I get out of here. Nope, not even close. I'm about 41 subscribers away. 41 subscribers away from 21,000. Hit the subscribe button for your boy if you haven't already done so. All right. With that said, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Like, subscribe, notification bell, get in the comments, all that good stuff, man. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going back to training camp for the final day. Okay, the final day of training camp. I'll be out there. Remember what Frank Reich said? This will be a lighter practice, so we won't be in pads. It won't be as intense as it was today, or shouldn't be. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go out there and we'll give you another live recap. And then I'll be on. So you'll probably get 2 more days worth of content from people. Well, actually, let me give y'all the schedule real quick. 3 days in a row because we're gonna go live tomorrow post practice to give y'all a quick update. We're gonna link up with Matt O'Leary from the New York Jets content creator that I rock with, and then we're going to live stream the preseason game. So PNP every day, every day. Rock with your boy. Hit the subscribe button. That being said, man, I'm getting out of here. I'm out. Peace.